When is discipline not completely wrong? When is it okay?
When it's for the better enrichment of the child, when it's a lesson that needs to be learned and it's being given in a structured manner, that's when it's positive discipline.
So like, state, you have like 2-3 kids, right? One, your oldest is doing bad in school, so you want to make an example to make sure the other ones don't follow him. So the punishment you put him through, you make him sit on some rice with phone books. How do you feel?
That's a little torturous.
He was watching The Secret Life of Bees.
It happened.
Did that really happen?
It does
Stand in the corner with your arms up, phone books in your arm, and if you move, you're getting hit.
You're absolutely right.
Your arms drop, you hit. Your books drop, you're getting hit. You gotta.
No, that's abuse.
Exactly.
That's just like
abuse.
That's a good punishment.
It was grits on the knees.
Wait.
Abuse is like she'll put you in a. It's either depends what you do. If it's a lesser punishment, okay, you got like 2 phone books in your arms and you're in the corner, and you have to sit in that corner and sit there.
With the phone books and they can't drop.
And if you drop your arms any lower than what the level she wants them, she hits you, and you gotta bring them back up.
So wait, this is common. You're telling me you know
that's a West Indian thing.
I've never heard that.
So what's up? Okay. What's up with the abuse that West Indians put themselves through? That's some heavy stuff.
I mean, that's a big generalization, but there are several houses. I mean, even Southern. That type of scenario has happened.
You're not
make you get the switch.
Yeah, that's
we used to go out
and that's
slavery,
off the tree, and that's abuse.
That's abuse.
Hold on, where did you come from?
Slavery.
It comes from slavery. You do what has been done to you.
All the
so
time.
naturally, that's what you do. You repeat history. We do that too. It's horrible.
It is. The switch, because first of all, the psychological abuse is disgusting. Go get it.
Go get your
own.
Go get your
Don't pick a small one.
Don't pick a small one.
Don't pick a small one.
And if it's small, you have to plait it.
No. Don't pick the new one. Don't pick a fresh leaf that you gotta pick leaves off of. And you done ruined my good tree outside.
I think a beating is punishment. But timeout, I don't know what that is.
Timeout is bullshit.
Like if I grew up getting timeout, I'll be a bad person.
Timeout is nothing. I kid you not, timeout is just
nothing. No, it depends on your personality. Because if you tell me to be quiet, that's punishment. If you hate me, I'm gonna get your ass back.
Be quiet.
But if you tell me to be quiet, go in the room, I'm gonna be devastated.
No,
to me, it's not a way. It's your personality. You have to know your kid, and you have to know what works with that person.
But it also depends on the parent's personality. Some parents can't make that shift.
What she says, she says goes with what he said. Like the child that doing the schoolwork, you're gonna make them kneel and hold their hands out. I don't think that punishment goes with not doing your schoolwork.
It doesn't equate to the
I think the schoolwork, your punishment should be to read. Like read this, and I'm gonna ask you questions about it. And if you don't know about it, you know what I'm saying.
So if you don't do school, I'm gonna put you through school.
Yeah, it makes education a punishment.
Actually, I disagree with that because that used to be my punishment. If it was school related, I'd have to sit and read a certain amount of pages from the Encyclopedia Britannica. It made me a very smart person. You ask me useless information, I can tell it to you once it was in the.
But do you read for pleasure now?
I love reading.
Oh, okay.
I will sit and read 3 books a day because now I'm so accustomed to reading. It's like picking up a book and finishing it in 3 hours.
Oh,
It's nothing.
when did you love reading? Like when did that shift happen?
I would say I'm
teenager.
Yeah.
I mean, but to beat your child because your child is failing, that's just brutal. Because you don't know the reason why your child is failing. Your child could be failing because he or she could have a learning disability. It could be the curriculum. It's so many factors.
And I hear that, but then you gotta hold on. Then you gotta come to reality and realize that there's some kids out there, there's some humans out there that don't understand nothing else but getting knocked upside the head.
Yeah. And what do? They beat people up. You can't question.
I don't think
I'm sorry. I feel like I got beat, and I don't beat my kids.
You know, but when I was raised, we rarely got beatings. Both my parents, we rarely got beatings. My mother's from the South, and she vowed that she would never beat her children the way that she was beaten. So we rarely got spankings, and you all came out good.
And that's the extreme. Some people get beat and say, I'm gonna beat my kids like I got beat. Some people get beat and say, yo, I will never put my child through that type of punishment
But
ever.
then you still evaluate what discipline will work for them.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree because I was a child. I mean, myself and my brother, we came same parents and everything. We grew up in the same house. I really got beat. My mother would look at me and I'm like, all right, I'm good. My brother got a whooping every day.
Yeah.
And we're okay now, but he needed that. He needed that because listen, you know, right? Because it's like you're gonna I told you don't throw your pacifier, but you threw it. Not the fact that you threw it, but the way you defied me. Now you're gonna get a spanking because now you're gonna know. Okay, I told you not to throw your pacifier, but you threw it anyway, just to spite me. That deserves a whipping.
It is a combination of personality and also how early you start with the rearing of your kids. Because I don't have to spank my daughter. I did time out. My daughter started getting time out at 1. Like, what? Did I call you 5 times? I need you to understand that I'm mommy. And timeout can be as simply as now you have to turn your face to the wall for 20 seconds. It's not something that you want to do. It's not something that's natural. When you're 1, when you're 1, that's a lot. When you're 1, that's a lot. Do you understand me? And as you get older, it increases. And if you respect your parent, I have no issues. Kristen, a look, and that's it. I need to say nothing. I need to do nothing. Sometimes I don't even need to talk. My dog.
That's fun. I do the look.
I see my friends repeating themselves with their kids. That's not happening in my house. That's not happening in my house. If I have to call
you have to beat your kid.
No, my daughter does not get a spanking. But if I have to call your name 3 times, run.
So should be spanking illegal? Like, is that
Spanking's illegal.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Hold on. I interviewed. Wait a minute. I interviewed a person who works for ACS, and this is what ACS lays down as
you don't leave a mark.
That's actually not accurate.
Hits with an open hand on the ligaments is not considered abuse. And I'm not ligaments. Like the arms, the legs, the thigh, hit here.
In the face.
No torso, no face. No face. No marks. No marks.
And you can't use it. It has to be
and
your
nothing
hand.
for
It has to be open.
Your open hand.
Yeah.
There is a law on the books that speaks to parental discretion, which does give you leeway in the spanking.
Parental discretion
and I say that really openly because there's bound to be somebody that notices. March, I had a dislocated shoulder because I wanted to kill my 14-year-old. And then I learned later that there was parental discretion with respect to what I was doing. But what was fortunate in this case is, had my hands actually connected with her, it would have been far worse. And that wasn't the case. But how old is your daughter?
12.
Okay. You're in a good spot. Like, my daughter's 14, my son is 10. They're smelling themselves really hard now. Really hard. So let's see how far we can push the envelope. Because we have to keep in mind, even though we are discretionary parents at home, the minute they're in school and they're around their friends and peers who may get away with other things, or just on a walk to school, whatever it is, something in them, it seeps in. And then they want to test it when they get home. And that's where I find myself repeating myself, and I'm like, really?
I had a situation last week. I'm glad you said that because...
Did you knock her? No, you didn't hit her.
No, I didn't hit her. I put the fear of God in her.
That's what we're going to talk about next.
She started walking home with a new friend, and my daughter, we have a rule. Once you get inside the house, I need to get a call. There's a tracker on your phone. If 2 minutes after the allotted time comes, it alerts me that you are not home. It tells me exactly where you are. And if I have to come to you, that's a problem. So she was walking with the friend. It digged me. Kristen's not home. Kristen's on 19th and Ditmas.
How far is that from home?
That's about 6 blocks from home. At the time, at 3:59, you should be home because school let out at 3:05. If you are walking, if you are taking the bus, if you are taking the train, it matters not. It does not take more than 45 minutes to get home. I give you time to even stop and get a candy.
That's right.
You have time to get home. It dinged. She's not home. Okay. Maybe you tripped. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. 15 minutes later,
there you go.
15 minutes later, I relocated. You are still standing in the same spot. I called my best friend. I said, Kristen is located within the vicinity of 19th and Ditmas. Go get her. When he pulled up, she was standing there with the friend and a bunch of other school kids.
Okay.
Okay. My friend gets out the car. Why are you here? Her friend pipes up. Detention. My daughter decides to follow her and say detention.
Yeah. Ooh, that was good. No. Roll with the first lie. Roll.
I love it. We have a rule
You
in
do,
my
because if
house.
you deviate, I want to hear that get screwed up.
Let her finish the story. Let her finish the
The rule
story.
in my house is I don't care what it is that got you in trouble. Tell me. Don't lie to me, because whatever it is, I'm gonna beat you for the lie. Don't lie to me. Tell me the truth and let me figure out how psychotic I'm gonna be. Okay? So she got on the phone and I said, what happened? She said, detention. I said, okay, well, I'm gonna call Miss Barron because I have your teacher's cell phone number. So I'm gonna call Miss Barron and find out why the class got detention. Okay, we didn't get detention.
Woo! Foxy
So,
Brown got in trouble for that.
What happened? There was a fight and we all stood around. There was a fight and you're still in the same vicinity of the fight?
That's even worse.
That's a problem.
When technology is fucked up because you're a lot of bad stuff.
Wait.
We want to be the best.
Let her finish the story.
When you get home, we're having a conversation. She had rehearsal prior to that. She got to the church and she cried to everybody under the sun. Okay?
From my mom.
I got to church. I had about 5 people. Kristen's afraid that you're gonna beat her. I said, Kristen has never gotten a beating, but she might get it tonight if she does not come correct.
It was her first.
That would have been her, and she would have gotten it. Because I've been waiting for just a reason.
Dig it.
I've been waiting for just a reason.
She's been good up until now.
Yeah, my daughter sat and wrote an entire letter. By the time we got in the house, I had a 3-page letter. I'm sorry I lied. I've already told Taylor that I can no longer be friends with her. I will not be walking with her. Da 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 da. I looked at my daughter in her face and I said, let me tell you something. I got this close. Lie to me again. No one will be coming to find your body because I will present it to the cops.
Lie to me again.
I love it. I absolutely. Oh my God, I love it.
Fucking kill you.
Wow.
That's
You
fantastic.
are my child. I brought you in this world. Take your punk ass out. About none of this. Yo, Shamim and Mike, we're gonna take a quick break. And we're gonna come back with this Corna Convo.
No,
All right.
There's an app, there's a family locator, and there's actually says, I want to be in a gang. I want to prove that.
Right. Most of it is gang initiation. I'm gonna go after the most vulnerable child,
I'm
the
gonna
person
jump
like
anybody.
adult, child, it doesn't matter. They go
I just have
after.
to beat someone
That
up.
boy's wired shut for months now.
Wow.
This is what they did.
Yo, it's your main man, Mike, baconegandcheese.com, and we back with this Corna Convo. We just started a topic that is obviously something we need to talk about because the passion in the room jumped up another level. Okay? We're talking about the
need for protection, man.
Wow, is it a need for protection? Is it senseless violence? Is it
Or teaching your children to protect themselves.
teaching your children to protect themselves?
I know a parent. She had a son, raised him really good. He wasn't a part of the block or nothing.
Right.
So he's coming home one day, and the dudes on the block was like, yo, son, you need to hang with us, because you might need some protection. And he was like, nah, I'm good, whatever. So he goes home, and he told his mother what happened. And she was like, don't worry about him. So the next time he's coming home, they smacked him up. They were like, yo, son, we told you you might need some protection, so you might need to hang with us. So he went and he told his mom. And she was like, don't worry about it, whatever. The third time he's coming home, you know, a period of time, they kicked his ass in. And they threatened his life. And she had to pack him up and send his ass to Atlanta. Yeah.
So kids is getting really tortured now.
Don't you say something to the kids as a parent? Your parents. If your child came home and said that, would you not say something to the kids, or would you take it as lightly? I understand it's not lightly, but would you think it's just a kid thing? Or would you step in and say something to the kids?
Sometimes that doesn't make a difference anymore.
This is what
They
my
want to
mother
get
told
again.
Yeah.
This is what my mother told me. Same things happen. Like, I don't like the block ever. I never chilled on the block with nobody, and I used to get beat up every day. Jumped, beat up, smacked around. This broken teeth I used to have. And I told my mother, I was like, hey, Mom, they really beating me up out here. She was like, look, this is what you do. If you can't run, you pick up something to fight back, and if you can't pick up something to fight back, you better scream. Because my mother was